It's a chilly night here in downtown Indianapolis, but for the first time in days, we are not dealing with dangerously cold temperatures. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock. Angela's going to tell us what to expect weather-wise this weekend.
Good news.
Yeah.
No single digits.
There we go.
Nothing below zero.
That's good.
And no snow.
There we go.
Yeah.
3 for 3.
3 for 3. Now, you're still going to need the winter coat. Keep in mind, it is still February. Temperatures right now in the teens and 20s. We're down to 19 in Indianapolis, 16 Richmond, 22 Muncie, 22 Lafayette, and 15 degrees in Bloomington. Over the next several hours, temperatures will drop a few more degrees or stay nearly steady. By the way, these numbers are chilly, but warmer than this time yesterday. We're up 6 in Indianapolis, up 7 in Columbus, and it's 10 degrees warmer in Bedford. Teens to start our Saturday, a midday temperature of 28. From there, forecasting highs in the low to mid 30s. We've got 40s to wrap up the weekend on Sunday.
All right, Angela, we'll get into the full forecast coming up in a little bit, but first tonight, we're getting new details on what's next for the investigation into that arrest in Lawrence that escalated into a fight between a man and a police officer. So right now, Lawrence police are reviewing this dash cam and body cam footage that captured the incident just outside of Walmart on Tuesday. So tonight they're telling us that review board consists of 5 officers, a captain, skill instructors, and a detective. Once that review is finished, the findings are then reported to the deputy chief and the chief of police. So today we asked a couple of experts to review all 5 of these videos released by Lawrence Police. Former FBI agent Quentin Williams told us the man set off the incident by getting out of his SUV.
It's not a good idea to get out of your car when an officer is pulling you over or is coming up to you. Just stay in your car. This person elected to get out of the car, which escalates the situation immediately.
So after the man exited the SUV, the video goes on to show a heated verbal exchange between the man and the officer.
I don't know who you think I am, but I'm that motherfucker that'll f your night up.
What, you got your buddies help you?
Nah, but they're here for your protection.
So this heated exchange then turned physical. But tonight, both experts that we talked with turned their attention to the verbal back and forth between the man and the officer before the fight.
The officer really seemed to instigate a lot of the incident, really didn't do a good job trying to mitigate any of the frustration that the individual obviously had. He really seemed to just aggravate the situation.
From the point of noncompliance, everything that happens from that point on is going to be justified. The question is, was it justified in the beginning?
So tonight that officer is on leave and the man arrested is now out of jail. Prosecutors are now waiting on this investigation into the incident to wrap up before they decide whether that man will be charged. 13 News has made contact with the man who was arrested. He told us he's interested in sharing his side of the story, but is now consulting with his attorney. Police in Lawrence are telling us so far no formal complaints have been filed in connection to that incident. Also tonight at 11, we're reviewing this edited body cam video released by IMPD of 2 deadly police shootings back in December, both of them involving men carrying machetes. So the first happened December 4th near Brookfield Road in 465. That's where police say a man intentionally rammed a car with 2 people inside and then attacked one of the people in the car with a machete and then advanced toward an officer who responded to the scene. Now, the video shows the officer telling 37-year-old Christopher Worrell to drop the knife before shooting him. Worrell later died at the hospital. Now, the second police shooting happened just a couple of weeks later near Washington and Belmont. Police were responding to a shooting when they say the suspect, 40-year-old Alyan Antunes, ran at officers with a machete in hand and then was shot. Both of those shootings are now being reviewed tonight by the Critical Incident Response Team and Use of Force Review Board. Tonight, fire investigators are now trying to figure out what caused this home to catch fire for the 3rd time in 3 months. All of this unfolding around 1 o'clock today on the southwest side near Belmont and Kentucky Avenue. Now, IFD is telling us tonight that 2 people were inside this home. Thankfully, they got out safely. The fire was extensive, burning the home right to the ground. Right now, we're working to find out where the investigations stand for all 3 fires at this location. Tonight, community leaders are now taking a stand for the future of education. Our Alex Almanza shows us they are staying focused on empowering the next generation despite what they call growing threats to state and national policies.
Under twinkling bulbs and flashing lights, there's some serious discussion to be had.
We're losing them, and enough is enough.
Tough conversations about the people that will be the next leaders in our community.
At every level, education is under assault.
The Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance bringing together community leaders, educators, and city officials to advocate for Black and minority education, a mission to promote education for marginalized youth.
We're fighting about who's going to sit in the captain's chair on the Titanic. The ship is going down. Let's save the ship.
IMA's president, Dr. Lionel Rush, calling on support from the community to continue fighting against educational injustice.
We believe that this is our house. We believe we should have a key, but we've been excluded, so we're going to knock on the door.
You may remember last month, Dr. Rush and other leaders knocked on Governor Braun's office door, upset about the governor's budget proposal that does not include $5 million for Martin University, money that was part of the last budget. The governor's office telling 13 News that last year's budget that included funding for Martin University was a one-time deal.
Thanks for coming in here. I'm going to get a meeting scheduled for as long as you'd want to talk about the issues.
We'll accept scheduling a meeting with you.
Thursday evening, Dr. Rush and Mayor Joe Hogsett meeting to tackle the big picture, starting with what can be done here in Indianapolis.
All of those things go into the city's commitment to working alongside the private sector, the council, in bringing better opportunity for our young people.
Opportunities that leaders say require help from the community.
You can't have the messianic complex, so we got to get out here and do it together.
In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines tonight. A police officer in Pendleton will not face charges after a deadly police shooting. This happened last month along I-69 near State Road 38. Prosecutors released body cam video showing Blake Brown take off after police tried to detain him. Then police say he pulled a knife and approached officers, refusing their commands to drop it before police shot him. After reviewing the video, prosecutors decided the officer involved was justified in using deadly force as self-defense. Tonight, a man faces charges for a triple shooting back in January. 29-year-old Sebastian Jones was killed, but the prosecutor determined he was killed in self-defense. However, they did charge Hayden Diedrich with attempted murder and aggravated battery for allegedly shooting the two other men. Tonight, new answers about delivery delays at the U.S. Postal Hub here in Indianapolis. Indiana Congressman Jefferson Shreve says he met with representatives of USPS. His team told us the Postal Service claims those delays are linked to a recent transition from a smaller hub to a 1.2 million square foot hub. There's a new hotel coming to the Indianapolis International Airport. It is a 253-room building that will connect to the west side of the terminal parking lot. And this hotel will feature a full-service restaurant and lounge area. Groundbreaking is set for spring. Construction will wrap up in 2027. This new hotel will cost more than $200 million to build, but taxpayers won't have to foot the bill. Remember, you can find all of the day's local and national headlines anytime on your phone by using our 13 News app.